Okay, so this is where we started, and the host went in to the door, as you can see here, and I'm well documenting this. Here's the sign. It says Planetarium setup in progress. Please wait here. Thank you. Have you been here before?
The planetarium show is very unique because you think you're in outer space.
What does that mean? Like floating around?
You get the effect that you're traveling outer space. The whole thing is moving around you.
Like a rocket ship?
The stars, the universe is moving around you.
Do that again. Do that again. How does the motion go?
The whole universe is rotating around the room, so you think you're moving.
I'm gonna get sick. I can't take that.
Into the south soccer field.
Say that again.
South parking lot. Into the south soccer field. There's like a rugby field. Gotcha. You can drive there if you want. There's a parking lot. It's about a 2-minute drive. It's about a 15-minute walk. 15, 20 minutes walk.
So let me ask you a question. What are the odds of seeing the rings of Saturn through the observatory?
Oh, yeah. Very high. Yeah, if everything's working, you'll see the rings of Saturn.
So he was saying that you could see the rings of Saturn in this particular night. So during other times of the year, you can't see Saturn because at night it would be on the other side of the Earth. Its position is in the daytime side of the sky. That's a really big thing to understand in the general astronomy, is that you can't always see.
South parking lot. Into the south.
You can't always see the planet that you want to see.
Oh, yeah. Very high. Yeah, if everything's working, you'll see the rings of Saturn.
So in other words, Saturn was able to be seen, but guess what? Jupiter, which is its nearest twin planet, Saturn, Jupiter, Jupiter could not be seen at night unless you were awake at about 3 to 4 a.m. That's when it rises. So pretty much nobody is going to do that unless they're a serious astronomer.
Pollution around the observatory. Like I actually a couple times seen the
He
Milky
said there was
Way band,
pollution
like,
around
very,
the observatory
very faintly,
because
but
that
I
makes
could make out the Milky Way band from that observatory.
that makes the
And
lighting
this time of year where it's like best
interfere. And Saturn's in the sky.
Yep, I believe so.
Jupiter we won't be able to see though. Jupiter's
Yeah,
not.
again, I'm not sure because usually I check Star Walk again the past few days. I've just
But
been
as
all
far
over
as
down
Mars?
work. But if any of you guys need help after me going up to the observatory, I will happily guide you there. I've done so for many times.
Meet you out here?
Yeah, we can meet out here. Yeah, cool. If it goes well, pretty sure Rock will take it. I'll show them.
How much for the bathroom?
So would there be
Sorry about the mess.
the Mars in the sky? No, only at certain times because of its position is closer to the setting sun. So you have to see it at about sunset, and that's why the next thing would be excuse me. I'm sorry that I'm not checking my notes, and my memory is like not sharp on this recording, but I'll tell you right now that Mars would set before the sunrise. It's going to be even before you're able to use the telescope, so it'd be like evening. And so that's what happens with the and also Jupiter. Mars and sets first, and then Jupiter sets at this time of the year, this particular year. It's not the same every year. And Jupiter would set before the sun, so it wouldn't be dark enough in the evening to see Jupiter, but you could catch it when it rises the next day before the sun comes up. So it's dark. And so it's for morning viewing. These are the things you have to know with general astronomy.
Pollution around the observatory.
Here's the planetarium where everyone is going in.
So, like, if somebody didn't show up or something like that.
There's about 36 people going in, and the total was slightly more than 36. Probably about 40 or more people were going in to see everything, and here's the inside.
First time visitors here? Okay, good. Anyone here for repeat visits? Welcome back. Okay, great. So you picked a great night. It is clear, nice and cool. The moon is shining. So after this, you can check out all this stuff that you're going to see here in the show with your own eyes at the Smolin Observatory. Okay, so that's going to be open after the show. And part of our goal here in the planetarium is to involve students as much as possible. So you already heard
in
some
the
of that.
planetarium, over here is the west, and over here is the north. No, that's south over there.
Jillian is a senior here at DuPont, double majoring in physics and astronomy and minoring in Spanish. So one day you have to do this whole thing in Spanish. So I went over to Jill.
Espanol.
This is our first
When he said that, I was like, okay, for all my Spanish viewers, all my Spanish-speaking, we will have to record that when they do it in Espanol.
Okay, just a couple of announcements before we begin. Can everyone just take a moment to make sure your electronic devices are not being used, please? Phone,
Now he's
iPad,
talking
anything
about,
that,
I can't use my phone, I cannot film it, and I'm not too happy. Because you're not going to get to see...
please don't take any pictures or videos.
Oh, do you see what he said? Don't take any pictures of this show.
Flash the whole thing. If you need to exit, there's an emergency exit the way you came in. Another emergency exit through this door right here will lead you outside the building. Please note if you do exit, you will not be able to come back into the planetarium show because the doors are going to close and it's going to be totally dark in here. So if you do exit, I ask that you please wait for the next show at 8:30. And finally, if you have questions for Jill, can you please hold those until the end? Okay, so everyone save your questions. And Jillian, when you're done, you can come out here and take questions from our audience. All right, thank you. I turn it over to you, and you go for it.
So take a look. That right there is a machine that does the show, but it's connected to a computer. So here would be like part of that, and then it connects, I think, to a control panel, which is not in the center of the room. It's over to the side where the presenter was operating it. But this computer is how you're going to decide what to show in any particular show, what you're going to select, because you can do a planetarium show based on many different things. You can focus on different parts of the sky, you can focus on a different date. So the planetarium show that is contained in this the database of the program can show you any date that you want. And also what I found to be interesting is that, see over here is the edge of the dome of the planetarium, the bottom edge, and that is basically the horizon. And I thought it was interesting that they fix it, like fixed, not as in repair, but fixed, the definition being to remain in one place. So you see where I'm tapping along the line there, and that stays in one position, as if it's like, same way as north and south and east and west, and it doesn't change. And I believe that's the way they did it. But then when up above the on the dome, the directly overhead, like up this way, would be like whatever they wanted it to be. So so it's a little complicated to describe like the directions that are in there. the vectors of motion and all that would be mostly fixed to the horizon as it wasn't moving, but then when they zoomed in on a planet in outer space, that the horizon wouldn't, it would kind of disappear, and they would just go ahead and zoom in, and the reference point would be very fluid and flexible. So that's all for the planetarium because I couldn't film the actual show. They don't allow it.